to you that I have agreed to look after the Overlook Hotel until May the 1st? Does it matter to you at all that the owners have placed their complete confidence and trust in me, and that I have signed a letter of agreement, a contract, in which I have accepted that responsibility?
What? Of course I know what day it is. Look, I may not have a calendar, but I know certain days. And today is a very special day. Yeah, it's somebody's birthday. Hey, you think they're watching today? Hey, well, hold on. Is the camera on? Good, all right. Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Hey, you look like a puppet, and you smell like one too. You think they'll get who that's for? I don't. Hey, happy birthday, man! How are you today? That's right, everybody. It's a certain puppet's birthday. That's right. Happy birthday, felzbug! You are a shining example of an awesome person. And hey, that ties in today with today's review. Okay, not my best segue, but you get the idea. Today's review will be on the Craftone, or Craft One, or Craftone. I don't know what that says. Shocking guy? Okay, well, you're shocking, felzbug. No, you're shining, felzbug. But you know what? Look, this is for the Shocking Guy 1/6 scale collectible action figure. That's right. And it's just a plain box. And if you look there, it looks like a little shoebox or whatever. You see the slit down the side there. And the front is very plain indeed, but you might recognize that font, because that font was used in a movie. I wonder what movie it could be. I don't know. Let's look at the back of the box. So here's the back of the box, looking pretty plain as well, with Craft One, Craftone, Craftone, whatever, written in shiny silver. And then down here you will see a warning, choking hazard, and an attention, and recommended for ages 15 and up, because that's all that can afford it, because it's really expensive. But remember, it's not a toy. So anyways, let's look at the front of the box one more time. Now I have to say, as boxes go, this is pretty boring, but you know what, hey, it's about what's inside. So I say, we open it! Now, when you remove that top tray, you will see it's got a little piece of foam there, covering up the figure inside. So, if we take the little foam off, if I can do this, let's see. Can't grab it. Oh, can we grab it? I don't know. He'll probably fall out now. If we remove the... Oh, he is going to fall. Oh, don't fall. Please don't fall. You're too expensive. If you remove the foam, you will see inside... Holy cow! Check that out. And if you don't know who that is, the Dexter killed and bagged... Then you haven't watched movies back in the 80s. That is awesome. Now, one of the little hands fell out, as you can see, as I was pulling the foam away. And that, you know, that gel stuff, it never falls out, but the hands always do. I don't understand that. But anyway, there's Mr. Jack Torrance looking very awesome in his Jack Nicholson-y, I don't know what, visage there, with plastic over his face, but he still looks pretty good. Now, I haven't seen any reviews of this thing online. A few people have posted photos in, like, different forums and stuff when they got it, and a lot of people are wondering if this figure's any good. So was I. Now, I got a really good deal on this thing the other day. I got a couple of figures recently, really cheap, and it looks like I've been getting a lot of figures lately, but honestly, I've been getting some really good prices I couldn't turn down, and this one is no different. Now, I am a huge fan of the movie Shining. A very huge Jack Nicholson fan. I have loved him ever since the beginning. I mean, it is very awesome indeed. But I have been wanting a Shining doll for a long time, and there's been a couple over the years. Now, this one seems to me that it looks like one of the best ones out there that mass people, you know, the mass market can buy. So I'm going to see right now with you if it's cool or not. So I say we remove it and stand it up. What do you say? Now, here's Mr. Torrance stood straight out of the package and standing straight up. And look at that. That looks awesome. Now, there's a lot of grumblings on the web, like there always is, that this doesn't look like Jack Nicholson or his character from The Shining, and I'm sorry. Really? 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 Oh my god, people, really. You know, a lot of us can't sculpt, so, you know, when we get stuff like this, this is really good. If you can sculpt better than that, hey, more power to you. Now, the best Jack Nicholson sculpt that I've ever seen is the Batman Joker figure that Hot Toys put out. I used to have that one, and that head was amazing. Now, this one is not quite as lifelike, obviously, because Hot Toys, you know, have magic or something working with them, because they can make their figures look 100% realistic. Now, this one, though, is very awesome and very cool indeed. Wait till we look at it up close. Now, if we pan down here, you will see his cool plaid shirt that he wore in the movie, and his corduroy jacket looking very screen accurate, in my opinion. Now, I haven't went by and paused the movie to make sure every little flap is 100% perfect and every button's in every which way, but hey, who cares? There's a little belt there. The belt looks a little thin. I thought he had a thicker belt, but I could be just thinking of other movie or other 1/6 scale Jack Nicholson figures that I've seen over the years that had, one of them that in particular had a really thick brown belt, and I'm just thinking of that one. You'll also see that he has jeans, which look very cool. Now, he didn't come with a stand. This is the John Blake stand from Batman Rises or Dark Knight Rises or whatever. And then you'll see, too, that he has the boots. The boots are very cool looking. They're little plastic boots that go over feet, so, you know, they're not made out of leather or anything like that, but they look very, very cool indeed. Now, you're probably saying, hey, what did it come with? Well, he also came with another Jack Nicholson head, and if you don't like the one that it came with, look at that one. Holy crap, man, that's the one from the poster and the DVD cover and everything. That looks awesome. He also came with 6 extra hands and this axe, which looks like it's made out of wood and metal, which is amazing. That is so cool. Now, I did notice that the hands look different than the ones that came with my Craft one, Tyler Durden and Liam Neeson from Taken. Because these almost look fatter fingered. I don't know. It just, his hands look a little bit more puffier. If that means anything, I don't know. But they actually did make the doll fatter by giving him a little pudge there in his belly, a little padding there in his belly, because you can touch it and feel it. It feels like there's a pillow in there. And but yeah, I mean, he looks awesome. I think that is very cool indeed. There he is from behind. You can see the stitching on the pockets. Very cool. This is a very cool figure. So, I say we waste no more time and look at him up close. What do you say? So here we go with a super duper close-up look, and you can see the little buttons are sewed on, and the pattern in his plaid shirt looks awesome. Now, I'm going by memory, but this looks pretty screen accurate to me. It doesn't look like they changed much at all. And remember, this is not a licensed figure. This is a knockoff. So if there's any indiscrepancies or whatever with the, you know, the doll compared to what he looked like in the show, it's understandable because they didn't get the license and they're not following movie stills and everything. They're going by what they have. So, hey, this is pretty awesome. You can see the texture on his neck there. Very cool indeed. Working our way up here to his face. There's his teeth. Now, his teeth have a glossy paint painted to them. I don't know if you'll be able to make that out, but they actually look wet, and he has a little bit of an underbite there. That's pretty cool. You can see his stubble there on his face. Looking very cool indeed. There's his nose. And then here's his eyes. Oh, my goodness. That is awesome. You can see the digitized lines of his eyebrows. But that is definitely Jack Nicholson's eyes. That looks cool. They got the eye color right and everything. That is so cool. Working our way up here to his forehead, you can see speckling and the way his hair is. Oh, that's cool. I love how they shaded around his hairline. Very cool indeed. Some people have said that they wish that there was some, like, strands hanging down on the other head and stuff like that. I kind of wish there were too, but hey, you can't have everything. This looks really good. I mean, look at the bags under his eyes. The wrinkling where he's smiling. It's just so cool. Looks very cool. And looks very cool to me. If we work our way down here, we can look at his hand. There's his hand. There's his fingernails and his hand. Like I said, his hands look a little bit more puffier than the other hands that came on the other Craft 1 figures that I have. But that's kind of cool because that means that they made different hands, or at least got different hands for this figure instead of just using the same ones over and over. Here's his belt, and you can see the stitching on that. Very cool indeed. And then we work our way down his pants. Right down here, you'll see his boots, if we can find them. Where are your boots? Look how dirty they are. Remember, these are sculpted boots, so all of the texturing and stuff like that is painted on. Very cool indeed. Now, he comes with that other head. Now, when I originally got it, I thought about, this is the head I wanted because it was more of a just normal, generic Jack Nicholson staring look. Give him the axe and have this look on his face. But I don't know, man. This one down here is pretty freaking cool, too, because look at this. There's his eyes looking off to the left. Very cool indeed. Working our way down here to his teeth. Look at that. Ah, that is awesome. Now, that's just like I said, the poster and the DVD cover. Very cool, and you have to look at it from the right angles, of course. Otherwise, it does look silly. Because, you know, if you look at some of these heads from certain angles, they look better than others. Because this is sculpted to look like a specific scene that our brain recognizes. And I think that's pretty cool. Now, a lot of people have said they wish there were strands coming down. Yeah, that would have been really cool. But I guess if you're a skilled, you know, 1/6 scale figure, look at his eyes there. That's kind of neat. But, yeah, you could add the hair if you really wanted to. Very cool indeed. I like those little lines in his eyes. I know that looks kind of cartoony, but I like it. I don't know. I like seeing little details like that. Very cool indeed. And in case you're wondering, here's what he looks like with the other head on, holding the axe. And I have to say, this is probably the more desired look. I mean, this, I don't know, it just looks really good. The other head looks really good too, but this one just really makes the figure come to life, especially when you've got the X in his hand. And that X does feel like it's metal and wood. Very cool indeed. The axe handle definitely, or the axe head is actually metal. I can tell that for a fact. And either that's wood or it seems like a very good fake wood. But yeah, that head now, the head was a little hard to put on. So just like the Liam Neeson Taken doll before that Craftone put out, they said that the people said that the head was really hard to swap out. Now I had to put this one under a hairdryer for a few minutes and pop it on because for some reason it feels like the ball joint hole inside the head isn't big enough, but it is. It's just never been used before, so just look at it that way. This looks amazing, and I love it. Like I said, I got a really good deal on it, and I think this figure is well worth the money, especially if you're a Shining fan or a 1/6 scale figure fan, horror fan, Jack Nicholson fan. You can be a fan of anything, man, and buy this figure. This looks awesome. Now, before we close the video, I thought it'd be cool to show off this Craftone figure with the other Craftone figures that I have. And I've been happy with every one of these purchases, mainly because they're so affordable, number one, and I don't know if anybody out there, how many people have actually bought these that are listening to this, but their bodies that they come on are heavy-duty bodies. These are very heavy figures because their bodies are really, really thick and, I don't know, they're like muscle bodies, but they're really, really dense plastic or whatever. And there's his other head there on the ground. Very cool indeed. Yeah, they're very heavy figures, and you feel like you're getting your money's worth. Plus, it feels like they're very sturdy and aren't going to break anytime soon. Now, it's debatable whether or not you like the head sculpts, because I think all of them are pretty darn close, but they're not perfect. But to me, they're perfect enough, and I like them a lot. Because, you know, really, there are no licensed figures of these characters. So you have to take what you can get, and then you want to get something that you can afford, and a lot of us can't afford, like, the limited runs for, like, $1,000 or something. So forget that, man. I'd rather get it at a cost of that, or a little percentage of that, and have fun with my figures, because that's what I want to do with this. But as I said earlier, if you look at his hands, how they look a little pudgier, you can see that they're actually different. He's got little skinnier hands, and then Tyler's got skinnier hands. Now, I assumed when I got him that the Tyler figures had the same hands as the Liam Neeson, but now I'm not so sure because they look a little different. And like I said, this one, he's almost got little pudgier hands. It's kind of neat that they actually thought that through. Now, I don't know if it's screen accurate or not, but you know what? Hey, it looks good to me, man. I love the fact that they made him chubbier, too, because it's very slight, but he does have a gut, and that's pretty cool indeed. So there's I thought I could do this review fast, but it wasn't too fast, because look at that, 13 minutes, man, jeez. But anyways, there's my review of the Craftone Shocking Guy with his friends. But you know what? That is pretty awesome. This is one really good Torrance, Jack Nicholson Shining knockoff figure. Looks good to me, man. I really like it a lot, and I'm very happy with it. My complaints are that it didn't come with a stand, but honestly, look, it came with two different heads. I mean, they could have just came with one, and I'm so happy they came with both, because you get to choose, man, and that is awesome. These are very, very cool indeed. I've been very happy with every one of the Craftone figures that I've gotten so far, and I can't wait to see who they make next. So, if you like this figure, and I hope you do because you watched this review, otherwise I wasted your time. I hope you had a good day, especially you, felzbug, because you deserve to have a good day. Happy birthday, buddy! So, until next time, tune in for more Foo Reviews! Come on, felzbug, come on. We gotta go get you a birthday cake and let you blow out the candles. Yeah, that'd ought to be a pretty good birthday, huh? And then maybe we could take over the world.